I know you need time to think. I can give you that, but not much. A day at most.
No one knows about my release yet, do they?
I was just about to take care of that. I'll reach out to my media contacts to clear your name. My assistant Alexander is currently handling the necessary documentation. Tomorrow, the story of the Ida visitor, falsely imprisoned by the Anchor Infinity, will become the talk of Kylo.
Please remember to add a line at the beginning of this lead news item. The diplomatic representative's assistant, Shirley, was taken into Helix Bio Inc. for treatment after suffering from local environmental sickness.
Clever. That way, they won't dare lay a finger on your partner.
Not only that, if we're going to work together, you must guarantee Shirley's safety. Get her out before the media storm hits.
You know, you're actually very similar to Nanto. He made the exact same request of me. Except he was worried about Aglaia. My answer to you is the same one I gave Nanto. I'll do my best to ensure her safety, but if you want a swift rescue, your best option is to partner with me.
I understand your position, but we must discuss something more pressing first. Before I left, I made an agreement with Lindsys. If they hadn't heard from me after 7 days, they would retrace my steps back to Ida. But that location is a trap, and today is the 7th day.
Now that you broke out, Rafa is going to put the entire Brighton zone on high alert. Even if Lana is running on empty, she's still going to be breathing down our necks.
What exactly is going on with this Lana? And how is Rafa using her to control Kylo?
50 years ago, Kylo constructed the Ark space station. Back then, the station's AI was called Noah. After a catastrophic incident aboard the station, Noah's servers were damaged. Then Aglaia Todd rebuilt it as Lana. From that day on, as the space base and mines were constructed, Lana spread through every vein of Kylo society. The Brighton Zone, constructed atop the remnants of the Ark space station, is no exception.
So what's going on with your Hope Fleet headquarters?
After Kylo established contact with Hykros, Lana soon faced a shortage of computational power. This wasn't unusual. During Kylo's years of rapid reconstruction, Lana often ran into similar shortages. The reconstruction of infrastructure requires the AI's power, but in order for the AI to take over the new facilities afterward, we must increase her processing power. The same logic applies to contacting Hykros and establishing a secure channel. I was fed up with Rafa using Lana to spy on the fleet, so while the channel was being set up, I used saving processing power as an excuse to cut her loose from the Hope Fleet.
How are you supposed to do that? Your spaceship can't run without Lana, can it?
Before Lana took control of the spaceship, or when the Kylians couldn't get AI Noah online, how do you think we managed to pilot the spaceship and explore space? Simply put, I rebooted the fleet's old systems that Lana phased out, and trained the necessary personnel. I've staked my claim. I call the shots in every sector where those systems run. I gave up the fleet's navigation and Brighton Prison surveillance, made Rafa sign the agreements, and rolled out the old system across the fleet in place of Lana's.
So since Hykros and Kylo got in touch, Lana's not watching the Hope Fleet HQ anymore?
Lana has no control over the fleet's confidential comms, provision pods, or energy transport systems when they run outside the spaceship.
Hipper, long time no see.
You? What are you doing here?
I'll explain everything later. Where's Lynsis? Today is the 7th day. I rush back to check on her. She must not go to those coordinates I gave her.
You look like you panicked. Once you reached the Brighton Zone, Lynsis moved Helene and Carrot to a new safe house and launched a 7-day non-stop live stream.
Wait, is she live streaming right now?
Yes. She may have agreed quickly, but she knew the risks involved. She set up a live broadcast as a last resort, using it as her own means of self-preservation. I'll contact her immediately.
Hey, what is it? I'm juggling a lot right now, so make it quick.
Lynsis, it's me. I've returned safely, and I'm here in Hipper's office.
How did it all fall off? Are you dozing off on me? Where should I pinch you this time? Is that really you?
Yeah, General Veronica of the Hope Fleet vouched for me and got me out. I'm free and safe, so just relax.
Helene, please let Kara know that the spaceship won't be needed for now. Also, inform the others that today's plans are canceled, and tell them I appreciate their hard work. Got it. You're finally safe.
Lynsis? Lynsis!
Don't worry. She was on edge for 7 days, and now that she's finally relaxed, she couldn't stop herself from dozing off. Just let her keep streaming while she sleeps.
I see. She's really been through a lot.
Tell me what's going on. You said the General got you out of prison? Did my letter really make it to the spaceship? And why can't Lynsis go to the coordinates you gave her?
You sent a letter to Veronica's spaceship?
Of course. The moment I saw you being branded a fraud, I asked the General for help. But with Lana managing the spaceship systems, I'm not sure she actually got the message.
Veronica got the message through secret channels and came to my rescue. I was attempting a breakout and was almost trapped by Anchor Infinity, but she showed up right on time.
The General knew it better than anyone that Project Astralis was just an Anchor Infinity diversion. She must have prepared countermeasures before leaving, and more than one. Lana likely intercepted the message I sent to the General. Anything that actually got through would need a more covert channel.
No wonder Veronica asked me to deliver this letter to you. Let me guess. She wants you to convince me to work with her?
I suppose so. More specifically, she wants me to be totally honest about everything, and she expects that after hearing it all, you'll be ready to trust and support her.
All right, let's hear it.
Honestly, I've said most of this before. The Hope Fleet isn't just searching for a new home. From a human standpoint, it's about probing the limits of the universe. We don't care about homecoming or exploration faction. Anchor Infinity's the one dragging us into these disagreements. Whatever life the Kylians want, the Hope Fleet will help make it happen. Exploration once carried humanity aboard the distant beacon to Ida, allowing our civilization to endure. The Hope Fleet upholds that legacy. In any part of the cosmos, humanity must never cease to explore the unknown.
At this level of exploration, with Kylo's resources as they are, you just can't afford it, can you?
Anchor Infinity has stalled Project Astralis for years, and we've had enough. Hykros are all scientists. They'll surely grasp the importance of this objective better.
Are there many people in the Hope Fleet who are like you? All about exploration and indifferent to whether the Kylians go back to Ida?
Of course. The General spent over 10 years meticulously building her reputation. Many mid-level officers, myself included, have been her supporters since our academy days.
After the spaceship disaster, did they assign you to Ore Zero as part of Veronica's plan?
As you know, Kylo suffers from unpredictable space-time turbulence. Pirates, desperate for cover, risk navigating it, while Anchor Infinity and the fleet only take the safest routes. The stable patterns of space-time turbulence on the Nova Path become easier to spot when they shift. Still, the Asher ran into a spaceship disaster along that route. This much computational error can only mean one thing. Lana is dealing with an unprecedented shortage of computational power.
You're talking about Carrot's spaceship crash right before arriving in Asperia, right? By then, Hykros should already have been in touch with Kylo. According to Veronica, keeping the communication channel with Hykros running drained a lot of Lana's computing power. By the time the Asher incident occurred, the missing power should have been restored. During my time at Brighton Prison, several inmates died within a few days. Word is, Lana didn't have enough computational power, and the brain interface fried their brains.
Lana's computational power is clearly deteriorating. If this is tied into the recent rumors about the construct of habitable areas, it suggests the project is running into major trouble.
Now that Lana's computational power is hitting these limits, Anchor Infinity will inevitably have trouble keeping strict control over the universe. This seems like an opportunity you can't let slip by.
That's why, after the spaceship disaster, the General immediately assigned me to Kylo's key Zeronium supply site, or Zero. My presence ensures operations run much more smoothly. According to the letter, your presence has significantly boosted the General's odds of success. The General has great faith in you, calling you a decisive striker and an indispensable force. Your actions have already destabilized Kylo. Should you refuse to cooperate, the General may see no alternative but to risk everything and authorize Rafa's assassination. Win or lose, the fallout will consume Kylo.
I need a moment to think. I have a nagging feeling that I haven't fully grasped it yet.
All right, I need to deal with something. You can stay in this room for now.
Have you made up your mind about partnering with Veronica? I've thought this through, and cooperation is essential. Given Rafa's stance toward us, we need to handle him before pursuing anything in Kylo. But before that, we need to ensure Shirley's safety.
You clearly don't trust Veronica.
No, it's because I trust her that I'm wary. Her abilities, ambitions, and strategies are top-notch. But it's people like her who are most likely to make decisions that put others at risk. Veronica's main goal is taking down Anchor Infinity and securing Lana's route access. Against that, how concerned do you really think she is about Shirley?
If push comes to shove, she wouldn't pick Shirley. But try not to worry. I haven't had a moment of rest since arriving. Helix Bio Inc.'s machines are incredibly handy. With them, I've optimized Shirley's human-machine loop, so she can now bypass space-time turbulence interference.
You weren't discovered by Lana, were you?
Ever since you broke free, Lana's computational power has been fading. She can no longer study Shirley, and is left with nothing but a rudimentary brain interface prison.
What's happening with Shirley now?
I used the network to forge a copy of Shirley's consciousness and slipped it into the brain interface prison, replacing the real Shirley trapped within. I originally intended to bring her here to meet you. However, after learning your plan, she decided to remain in the Helix Bio Inc.'s laboratory, both to assist your efforts and to ensure that the replicated Shirley consciousness would not be detected.
If it weren't for me, Shirley wouldn't have had to endure all of this. Now that she's safe, there's only one thing left to consider.
What's still bothering you?
I've been pondering why Bagus does what he does. Since arriving, I've seen that the universe is full of space-time turbulence, and that the Kylian situation is pretty complicated. It feels almost impossible to track Bagus down on my own. I know he needs my portion of the source code, so I'm going to deliberately surface and try to flesh him out.
He's not just hiding. He's vanished. I've tried to trace Bagus while staying under Lana's radar, but there's no sign of him. He doesn't seem interested in your half of the source code at all. He's actively avoiding you. Is he really hiding? Maybe he's scared you'll claim his half.
I feel the same way. But why? I thought he wanted my half of the source code to open the hyperspace gate and welcome the master he spoke of.
He's in Kylo. How is he supposed to open the hyperspace gate? There's no Tower of Fantasy or Gestos, and he only holds half the source code.
Could it be here? Thanks to the Ore Zero samples from Shirley, Hykros has already demonstrated that Zeronium and Omnium are one and the same. So Kylo has always had what it takes to build the Tower of Fantasy. And Gestos? Can't Lana handle that instead?
You think too little of Gestos. No, of me. I'm an evolved, dimensional quantum supercomputer powered by Omnium itself. Lana and I aren't in the same league. Even if Kylo had an Omnium reactor, she still couldn't start Origin Resonance, much less open a hyperspace gate. If she were a dimensional quantum supercomputer, I couldn't have appeared here like this, and I certainly wouldn't have been able to help you escape.
Let's think about it from Baggis's perspective. If he wants to get the hyperspace gate running, the Zeronium device in Kylo could be adapted into an Omnium reactor. The dimensional quantum supercomputer he's missing? It's going to have to be Lana in the end. Lana's been short on computing power for a while now. Every Kylian we talked to said it's not normal, and it's been this way since Carrot's spaceship disaster.
So you think Baggis has been quietly upgrading Lana ever since he came back to Kylo with the source code?
Some of the servants he commands inside the network are scientists studying Omnium technology. According to Grey Fox, outsiders see it as a relic perfectly frozen in time. Baggis must have had multiple objectives in entering the network. In addition to acquiring the source code of the Perfect Authorizer, he may also have obtained the technical documentation from Gestos' past upgrades.
The closer you get, the more nervous he becomes, racing to finish Lana's upgrade. The prison's brain interface is already surging with extra power.
If these threads are really connected, then Baggis isn't simply a Kylian who linked into the network through a brain interface. He must have strong connections to Rafa and Anchor Infinity as well. Could it really be Aglaia?
Are you really asking me? Or just yourself?
After everything in Kylo, it's hard to think it's really her. But if it's not, then who's Baggis, and what's his deal with Rafa?
Nanto risked exposing himself to cooperate with you, precisely because Rafa threatened Baggis's life. To Nanto, the name Baggis is nothing more than Aglaia's code name. According to the latest intelligence, Rafa has lined up someone to take Baggis's place and grab Lana, so we believe there is a 78% probability that he intends to harm Aglaia.
Then the Baggis we've been looking for has always been Rafa's subordinate? Aglaia frozen in those pods. Was this Rafa's plan all along?
That also explains why you were imprisoned. Once you become a prisoner in Brighton Prison, they use brain interface to pull data straight from your mind. Without me, your source code would have been gone long ago.
So what made you think they would go after Shirley?
To them, Shirley is a complete technical dossier on the Angel of Clemency. It's only natural that Helix Bio Inc. would want to study her.
If our suspicions are correct, Rafa and Baggis are in cahoots and have been preparing everything, waiting for Lana to complete her upgrade. Once that's finished,
Then they'd end up with half the source code, an Omnium reactor, and a dimensional quantum supercomputer.
that's why he's been stalling and evading us. He's closing the power gap between us. Once Lana completes her upgrade, their focus will shift entirely to me. We need to team up with Veronica and get this plan moving as fast as we can. The sooner, the better. If we can gain Lana's root access, we'll be able to access all of Kylo's data and finally answer all our questions.
You finally figured it out? That was faster than I thought.
Before we start working together, there's something I need to ask.
Go ahead.
Have you or Nanto looked into why Lana's computational power is so low?
Ah, that's your worry. When Lana's computational power dips, it usually means she's either performing system upgrades or that Anchor Infinity has initiated another large-scale project, like discovering a new mine or designing a spacecraft. After cross-referencing my intel with Nanto's, we believe Lana's current shortage of computing power is connected to the Anchor Infinity's secret new Project Arc.
New Project Arc? What's that?
What else do you think? A new human habitat.
I remember Hipper talking about this before I even arrived in the Brighton Zone.
Rumor has it that Anchor Infinity is constructing new habitats. I've been hearing about it since work on the passages began. I suspect it's just surface-level work preparing for your arrival.
What's your evidence? Do you have proof this habitat project doesn't exist?
All of the Kylian habitats were discovered by the fleet. If this project is consuming that much of Lana's processing power, it's likely a large-scale habitat, enough to sustain at least 500,000 residents. However, in the Hope Fleet's navigation log, there are no habitats of such magnitude capable of terraforming.
Do you want to hear what I've been thinking?
You've got my attention.
I suspect Lana is undergoing an unprecedented upgrade. Tell me, how much do you know about the explosion 50 years ago?
Keep it short. I flunked history class.
The explosion 50 years ago was a man-made accident triggered by Gesthos, a dimensional quantum supercomputer. A normal AI cannot be classified as a dimensional supercomputer. Only those with special technical upgrades qualify. Gesthos was successfully modified by humans using Omnium technology.
You think Lana's tapping Zeronium for an upgrade?
So, about Zeronium,
It's Omnium, right?
so you knew all along?
I don't think it's a secret to Kylo's technical staff. It's just that Kylo isn't ready to face it. So they only call it the similarity of energy fluctuations.
I thought the Kylians were kept in the dark.
As I just said, only the technical workers know about this. The average Kylians have no idea how Zeronium works, so of course they wouldn't know about it.
So how do you know that?
My sincerest apologies. I was unwell and regret that I couldn't personally receive you last time. I sincerely apologize for the injustice you suffered. Minister Nanto, who was responsible for your wrongful imprisonment, has been demoted and had his pay reduced. I will have him apologize to you in person.
Mr. Rafa, are you telling me that Nanto is the only one responsible for everything I've suffered?
Yes, General Veronica explained everything to me in detail. Luckily, she happened to be indisposed. Otherwise, this misunderstanding would have been hard to clear up. We should all thank her.
Without her, the Kylo droids would have swarmed and killed me. I am deeply grateful that she happened to get sick and return to the Brighton Zone with such perfect timing. Now that you mention illness, I heard that while I was imprisoned, my assistant Shirley was taken into Helix Bio Inc. for treatment after she had trouble adapting to the space-time turbulence. May I ask when her treatment will be completed?
Don't worry. Helix Bio's medical capabilities are top-notch. Miss Shirley will be back on her feet before the negotiations are over.
Then, to make sure she heals in time, we need to push the negotiations forward.
Looks like you are a bit impatient. Don't worry. The negotiation prep is already well underway. Before the preparations are complete, why don't you explore the Brighton Zone? It will help you gain a better grasp of Kylo, which could be beneficial for the negotiations.
I feel that after the Homecomer Assembly and my time in prison, I've got a pretty good sense of Kylo.
Mr. Rafa, you must attend the Anchor Infinity Zeronium quarterly summary meeting in 15 minutes.
Ah, I'm really sorry. I've been feeling under the weather lately and it has delayed a lot of my work. My schedule is just too hectic. Let's take a photo first. Mr. Reporter, mind giving us a hand?
All right, you two, eyes over here.
You never cease to amaze me. You've driven Mr. Rafa right to the edge, and now he's ordered me to deliver next week's negotiation schedule to you as soon as possible.
At most, I'm merely a megaphone. I make it impossible for him to feign ignorance. Cornering Rafa is the Kylian people's shared desire.
In our previous meetings, I repeatedly asked Rafa to restore my contact with Hykros, but he always came up with an excuse to deny the request. This negotiation is just him finally running out of excuses. The process is bound to be full of friction, and it's likely we won't even reach a final agreement.
Yeah, he's been dragging his feet, but what's he really after?
This.
We have been in space for 50 years, and every Kylian longs for a home rich with greenery and life. Anchor Infinity has never forgotten the future we promised. Today, I can finally announce that the new human settlement, Planet Noah, will be ready in 3 months. The New Generation Kylo Immigration Project, New Project ARC, officially launches today. Any Kylian is eligible to start their immigration applications via Anchor Infinity's credit system. Planet Noah will be governed by the artificial intelligence Lana, and a new generation of humanoid droids. No one will need to bear the heavy burden of production, and the Kylians will achieve true liberation. On Planet Noah, you can let Lana handle everything and enjoy complete freedom. The first batch of immigration quotas.
Has Lana's upgrade finished?
Not yet. According to the intel, Lana's upgrade is also part of the Planet Noah transformation project. The recent computing power shortfall was probably diverted to push Planet Noah toward completion. About that fancy dimensional quantum supercomputer idea you brought up, I think it's the wrong direction. If the target of the transformation is Planet Noah, a lack of computing power isn't surprising.
So it takes until today for you to mention that the habitat in the new Project Ark is Planet Noah. You hid key intel from me.
You've got it wrong. I've heard of Planet Noah's transformation plan, but there's no proof that the habitat in the new Project Ark is Planet Noah. No sane Kylians would think Planet Noah is the next big habitat. When I first heard about it, I thought it was just the wild ideas of Anchor Infinity's incompetent executives. Before I saw today's press release, I never considered there might be a connection between the transformation of Planet Noah and the new Project Ark. I'd always assumed they were totally separate, hush-hush projects.
All right. If it were me, I also wouldn't be able to link the two directly. But first, did Anchor Infinity really succeed in transforming Planet Noah?
I can't say either way. There are no humans on that planet, only a ton of droids Lana sent there. So I have no way to obtain any solid intel. Lately, all the rumors are coming from a few companies involved in manufacturing droids and spaceships. According to Helix Bio Inc., the droids haven't only transformed the harsh environment of Planet Noah, they've also collected a vast number of samples from the native species of this region of space.
Hold up. Before you dive deeper into the discussion, could you bring me up to speed on Planet Noah?
Slow down a bit while visiting the Kylo Expo Hall. Even though Anchor Infinity embellished a bunch of stuff, it's still quite useful. Planet Noah is the largest planet nearest to us. Back then, the space station was sucked in by its gravitational field after the Omnium explosion, sending the station crashing into countless asteroids. Post-event analysis shows the explosion's energy only acted like a slingshot, launching the space station to this location. In fact, over 80% of the damage was caused by secondary impacts with the asteroid belt. The Kylians initially intended to move to Planet Noah, but they discovered that the area was not only rife with space-time turbulence, but also an astral hive stronghold. With no other choice, they had to modify the space station.
So the Kylians have been transforming Planet Noah for 50 years?
If only we needed time, things would be easy. Space-time turbulence and astral hive have always been the toughest nuts to crack for Kylo's scientific community. Any research outcomes in these two fields almost always come with a deadly price.
But I still can't figure out what exactly makes transforming Planet Noah so difficult.
Space-time turbulence has always been Kylo's biggest headache when it comes to space exploration. But for the astral hive, the turbulence is like a nesting tunnel, a natural habitat. Planet Noah is swamped with space-time turbulence and home to the astral hive. Given the Kylians' current understanding of space-time turbulence, trying to mess with it would be a death wish. To prevent the astral hive there from using the turbulence to launch sneak attacks on human settlements, Kylo burned through vast amounts of zirconium and other resources to wreck that barrier visible to the naked eye.
So you suspect the new Project Ark didn't really transform Planet Noah?
Bottom line, transforming Planet Noah and carrying out a mass migration are impossible. Rafa is essentially leading all the Kylians straight to their doom.
Let's not overthink it. His public immigration plan might just be a tactic to manage the public opinion against me. Once he deals with me, this plan could very well be cancelled.
I thought so too, but I did some digging on the side. Even Anchor Infinity's top executives firmly believe this immigration plan is legit. In fact, many high-ranking officials are plotting ways to tamper with the immigration application function of the credit system so that they and their families get first dibs on moving.
Something's definitely fishy. Why not check in with our most enigmatic prisoner?
Is it him? If we want to get to him, we'll have to bring him to the brain interface.
Maybe they teamed up to save him back then for this exact moment.
Who do you mean?
He's the old man who lives alone in a small room and has forgotten who he is. His real name is Krog Hans. He's Lola Han's adoptive father.
He's still alive?
The records state that he is indeed dead, but the body belonged to another inmate. This ruse was orchestrated by General Andrea and Acerada.
Andrea?
He's my father, and the former fleet commander. Anchor Infinity took advantage of his retirement to seize control of Brighton Prison. That's why he made me swear to protect Krog Hans at all costs. I took back control of Brighton Prison partly for Krog Hans. My father said that if I want to take down Anchor Infinity, I'll need to use his influence.
Even if the real Krog Hans is still alive, does he have a clue about the new Project Ark? And I saw him in prison. He wasn't exactly lucid.
So, if we want to squeeze anything out of him, we'll have to risk connecting him to the brain interface.
With Lana's surveillance in place, we'll need your help to pull this off.
Krog Hans, if I remember correctly, he was No, he was the first leader of the Icarus Legion. If he's really alive, that'd be a major deal for the Kylians, wouldn't it?
Well, at least for Carrot, this won't be a trivial matter.
I'm coming with you. I need to verify his identity and do everything I can to keep him safe.
I'll give you the prison guard's pass. You and Nanto will interrogate him. It has to be under the radar. The prison is Lana's territory. And you know what to do.
For his safety, I've already administered Neurocom. You can start now.
What should we do?
How would I know? How did you fool Lana's medical monitoring system to bust out of prison?
I'm curious. How do you use the brain interface to interrogate criminals?
All we need to do is tell Lana what information we need. She'll find a way. But obviously we can't rely on her right now. Which is where you come in.
All right. Could you please step aside for a moment?
Looks like some kind of tech secret from Hykros. All right, I'm going to rest next door for a bit. Come find me when you've got results.
He's in bad shape.
Even inside the brain interface, there isn't a way?
It'll be difficult if you try talking to him directly, but I can sort through his remaining memory. Maybe we'll find something.
Can we confirm his identity first?
He's really Krog Hans. I saw the founding members of the Icarus Legion and a teenage Lola Hans. He also saw Veronica as a child, Aglaia all grown up, and an elderly Acerada. And little Nanto, face covered in ice cream.
Stay focused. Let's be on the lookout for memories related to Planet Noah and the new Project Ark.
Age has caused his brain and its functions to deteriorate. With his years of brain interface torture, his accessible memories are in complete chaos. The human brain isn't a search engine. You can't just input keywords and expect to immediately find answers.
What can I do to help?
Ask him about something pleasant. He'll calm down, and then you can gradually bring up more important questions. That makes it easier for me to discern.
All right, I'll give it a try. Hello, Mr. Krog Hans. I'm a friend of Lola's. Do you remember her?
Lola? Where did you run off to, sweetheart?
Luigi's whisked you away on another of his chaotic escapades, hasn't he?
Very interesting.
Wait, I'll have to whip him into shape. I warned you about this. He can't keep dragging you into his messes.
There was a huge bug.
Bugs! Bugs! Queen Zeno is swarming the port side, and the damn particle cannon's empty! We need to prepare the escape pods. You go first!
It's okay, Dad. It's me, Lola. Uncle Luigi drove off Queen Zeno, I promise.
Luigi's funeral is tomorrow at 3.
Uncle Luigi told me about Planet Noah before he passed on. He said there are a lot of bugs there.
Don't be scared, Lola, sweetheart. It's all right. Those disgusting astral hive creatures won't infest Planet Noah forever. Humanity will prevail, sooner or later.
How? There are far too many xenoids. And with the space-time turbulence, we can't transform it, right?
We can definitely reclaim it. I even proposed a plan to Aglaia. If we can't go home, well, that plan can build you a new spring bay.
A plan? What did you propose to Aglaia?
Planet Noah could be transformed, yes, but it would require a great sacrifice, and Miss Aglaia has not yet agreed.
What would she be agreeing to? The new Project Ark? A space migration plan?
To honor the space station AI that sacrificed itself for humanity, we will name our future habitat Planet Noah, a new glorious Ark. Building the Ark will come at a cost, but I'm willing to bear it. Please, Miss Aglaia, your mercy dooms us all.
Found it. I'll take over. He needs to rest after his mental strain. He has few relevant memories left. It seems that only residual, edited shards remain, likely for the sake of confidentiality. In short, I found a conversation he had with Aglaia. It's 3, maybe 4 years after the explosion wrecked the Ark space station. Krog Hans requested that all forces be immediately mobilized to develop and transform the nearest planet, Planet Noah. But Aglaia refused Krog's request. Lana still needed updates. The Ark space station required reconstruction, and there was no spare computing power. Krog argued that Aglaia's kindness and hesitation would get everyone killed, insisting that she agreed to the new Project Ark. He was sure it was the only way to save all surviving Kylians.
Is the new Project Ark really his idea? Isn't he the founder of the Icarus Legion?
The Icarus Legion formed only after Aglaia rejected the new Project Ark.
Then what exactly was the new Project Ark he proposed? What was he planning to do with Planet Noah?
I can't quite make it out. This memory cuts too cleanly. It must have been deliberately erased.
Let's be sure to inform Nanto. He's Asarada's adopted son and has met Krog Hans. After all, he might know something.
I'm just as shocked as you. Who knew the Icarus Legion's founder would turn out to have also originated the new Project Ark?
Asarada entrusted everything to you before he died. Could we be missing something? Maybe something recorded in the archive?
Given what you described and the new Project Ark's significance, if Apex had put it into motion, there's no way I wouldn't remember. I think this plan was purely hypothetical, and due to Aglaia's opposition, it never had the chance to be formally documented. Asarada never mentioned it to me either.
Does that mean we've lost the lead again?
Aglaia has been slumbering since her body was frozen. At least, up until recently with her distress signal. In retrospect, that was exactly when Rafa was going to announce the new Project Ark. Worst case scenario, we lack intel. Obviously, that's not good. We probably don't have much time left. Meet me at this coordinate tomorrow morning at 5. Come alone. Don't let anyone, especially Lana, notice.
To conserve computational power, I've calculated a route that will let you more effectively evade Lana's surveillance with minimal resource expenditure. Not bad. Keep it up.
Hipper, you and the Hope Fleet aren't actually setting traps to catch people again. Are you?
What's wrong?
Isn't that Nanto? What is he doing here? And now that you and Aster are here, can I still slip away?
I don't know. I just received General Veronica's orders and rushed over.
I came here because the General's orders said the Hope Fleet's secret operation might require Ravenport's ships.
A secret operation? They're not really planning to capture me, right?
Don't worry. These are the General's direct orders. They're different from the previous pirate clearing missions. And if Nanto is here, that means General Veronica considers him one of her own.
One of us? How is he any sort of one of us? Maybe he's one of you? There's no way I'd include myself in that.
I'm curious. What brings you here?
I came because I got a message on the Wednesday crew internal line. Only our people are supposed to use it? The captain was supposed to come herself, but as her mother, as her guardian, and as the first mate of the Wednesday crew, I'm here in her stead.
We're probably gathered now for Anchor Infinity's new project arc, huh?
I've seen the plan. No one's even breaking a sweat. And Anchor Infinity thinks it's brilliant? Please. It's still all coming from Aura Zero mining.
Rafa seems eager to get this plan rolling. It's probably got something to do with the diplomatic representative, too.
Everyone's here.
Oh, you're finally back! I was worried sick when you were captured. I didn't know whether to break you out or go live and put on a show.
I'm grateful for all your hard work, Linsis. Welcome back. I'm just glad you're safe.
Speak of the devil, diplomatic representative. Were it not for your recent actions, I'm afraid we would not be in our current situation.
All thanks to General Veronica. Without Hope Fleet approval, I wouldn't have gotten out so easily.
I got my hands on some of that booze you told me about from Odin, and the very next day, the Black Moon Gang scored a resource jackpot.
That's why they say the Gungnir never misses, right?
Thanks to these great supplies, my brother, Agnes, and the other Black Moon Gang members are gonna have no trouble at all getting through the space-time turbulence and rescuing missing folks. Agnes always says if someone helps me out, I've gotta say thanks. You not only bought me booze, but really aided the Black Moon Gang. So, thank you.
It's no problem. But next time you get supplies, don't order 20 of the same drink again. Each customer only gets one complimentary item.
But Linsis told me that if there's something free, you should definitely...
So it's Miss Linsis. No wonder.
What are you two chatting about?
Oh, you're here too? This is Nanto. He made sure my brother and I shared the same cell. We're buddies.
Ah, diplomatic representative, you're here. I was just asking Captain Helene about the dynamics of space-time turbulence. The pirates are, shall we say, more familiar with it than Anchor Infinity and the Hope Fleet.
Oh, that's right. Mr. Nanto also taught me and my brother a bunch of ways to avoid getting caught. Like using specific frequency bands to avoid being monitored, or exploiting turbulence to keep Lana from controlling the cruiser. Stuff like that.
You two seem pretty familiar with one another. You're friends?
Yeah, he's helped me out a few times, and we've met several times. By my brother's standards, I'd say he's a friend.
Helene, listen, Nanto isn't someone to be taken lightly.
Miss Helene is highly intelligent. She doesn't concern herself with a person's past or present, only with practical problem solving. The information I provide is both truthful and useful. That's what matters most. Isn't that right, diplomatic representative?
Mm-hmm. Genuine info's hard to find. Only a friend would share something so precious.
I can't believe you two actually speak the same language.
Wait, even Veronica is here?
It seems everyone has arrived.
General Veronica.
At ease. I appreciate everyone making it here while staying under Lana's radar. I promise your efforts will not be in vain.
Aren't you the damn commander of the Hope Fleet? The one who threw me in Brighton Prison? The top of the bounty list.
Hello, Captain Helene. I've heard quite a lot about your research into space-time turbulence, so I asked Nanto to bring you here to assist me.
Did you have Nanto slip those explosives to my brother so we could break out?
To be honest, that was Nanto's decision alone. While I was in charge of the prison, however, I did tell the guards to take it easy on you. Ease your suffering a bit.
Yeah, prison food's not bad, and the folks were real nice and talented. Other than there not being dolls and them not letting me use the dream house, there's not much wrong with it. Well, in that case, you don't seem too morally compromised, and you're pretty strong. You might just be worthy of respect.
You call me a liar every day, but suddenly she's the one worthy of respect?
I really can't tell if you're being serious. You know I'm not good at all this, and I feel like you're being confusing on purpose. To bully me or something.
Those are just stupid jokes. It's not my fault you can't tell what's serious and what isn't. When I saw Nanto arrive, I was already thinking about getting out of here. Hipper convinced me to stay. Now that General Veronica's here, it's way too late.
First Mate Linsis, don't lose heart and don't be scared. I asked Nanto to contact you and Helene because we need your help.
Nanto? How could he have contacted us? You must be mistaken, or did you take over Odin's Tavern?
The underground pirate radio station at Odin's Tavern is an independent, encrypted server. Even if Anchor Infinity controls Lana, they can't control the station. Wednesday Crew, the one you're with, was originally the Icarus Legion, sponsored by Apex. I'm Asurada's foster child, and after his death, I secretly inherited the radio station.
Bullshit! You really expect me to believe that?
Linsis, I know this is hard for you to believe, but it's true. Just ask the diplomatic representative.
Laurent was originally tasked by Nanto to rescue Granny Lola, but he got a little too ambitious. A rescue mission became murder, inciting the pirates against the fleet.
I'm still not convinced.
You believe in what Granny Lola's foster father, Old Hans, said, right? He's not dead. He's been interned in Brighton Prison this whole time.
He's right. Back then, the Hope Fleet and Apex worked together to save his life. Then they changed his identity and hid him in prison.
If he's still alive...
I understand that processing this can take time. Linsis, take however long you need. If you still refuse to trust Nanto, then you'll have to trust me instead. We are here to overthrow Anchor Infinity. If you wish to be a part of that plan, remain here. If you really object to the stance Nanto and I have taken, you can leave now. I promise you won't be hassled by anyone, and if the plan fails, you won't be held responsible.
You think you can overthrow Anchor Infinity without me? I can't back down after everything I've sunk into this. Besides, Without a savvy merchant on your side, you won't stand a chance.
You're indispensable for our plans. That's why I specifically told Nanto that you must be the one to represent Wednesday crew.
What's the plan? Spill it.
It seems everyone's in agreement, so I may now discuss Project Anchor in detail, along with each of your responsibilities within it. As you know, Anchor Infinity relies on Lana for comprehensive surveillance of all settlements not affected by space-time turbulence. Our plan is to surround and seize the Brighton Zone on Negotiation Day.
The fleet systems all depend on Lana. We won't be able to control the spaceships approaching the Brighton Zone without space-time turbulence blocking her, of which Brighton has the least.
So, our fleet will assemble on the outskirts of Brighton Prison, the only area of space-time turbulence in the Brighton Zone. There's our cover.
But even if we reach the prison perimeter, we'll still have to breach a ton of security. How are we supposed to do that?
An extra-large space rift. I quietly set up its activation anchors along Anchor Infinity's approved route in the last long-range exploration. The outermost anchor covers the wood belt.
The wood belt is both covered by overlapping space-time turbulence and spacious enough to accommodate our ships. If we've arranged our anchor points properly, travel to the Brighton Zone should be simple.
After the spaceship exits the turbulence, Lana's system takeover leaves a time window just long enough to open the space rift. If done correctly, the ship can fold through the space-time turbulence and emerge directly in the prison turbulence zone.
Opening an extra-large space rift would consume an enormous amount of zironium. The previous commander's Project Astralis failed due to excessive energy usage, you know.
They developed this space rift tech a long while ago, but it threatened to upend Anchor's control of the Hope Fleet. That's why they decided to terminate Project Astralis early. I've been steadily acquiring sections of Ore Zero. That, plus the efficiency of the new tech, will ensure that we reach the prison's turbulence zone.
I suspected there was a big buyer for years now, but they were too slippery to track. Turns out, it was you. I thought you were just Anchor Infinity's dog, but you've got some tricks up your sleeve, huh?
Apologies, General. She's blunt. It was not her intention to offend.
Worry not. I find First Mate Lynsis quite amusing. Speaking of which, I wanted to ask you. The Ore Zero I've acquired varies